ceremonies, Mark Burdis.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ITV1 for the Big Fight Live. Please welcome into the ring from Copenhagen, Martin Kristjansen.
Night.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Bolton, Amir.
His family as ever at ringside, his father, his uncle, his cousin Saz Mahmood, England cricketer, sister, mother, they're all there to cheer him on.
Ladies and gentlemen, Frank Warren in association with www.frankwarren.tv and sponsored by The Sun and Reebok proudly present the main event of the evening, a 12 3-minute round eliminating contest for the WBO World Lightweight Championship, and also to decide the vacant WBO Inter-Continental Lightweight title, live and exclusive from the Bolton Arena. Your officials are appointed by the World Boxing Organisation and the British Boxing Board of Control, and your 3 scoring judges at ringside are Mr. Roy Francis from Sidcup, Mr. John Call of Wolverhampton, and Mr. Dave Paris from Leeds. Your WBO supervisor this evening is Mr. Eduardo Caccioli of San Marino. Your British Boxing Board of Control steward in charge is Mr. Jeff Bolter. When the action begins, your referee in charge of the action is Mr. Mickey Van of Leeds. Your timekeeper at the bell is Gary Grenham. And now to introduce the contestants. Firstly, weighing in at 9 stone 8 1/4 and fighting out of the red corner, wearing the red and white shorts. He enters the ring with 19 wins, 1 loss and 3 draws. He's the former undefeated WBO Inter-Continental lightweight champion, and tonight is challenging for his former title. Ladies and gentlemen, the WBO number 4 ranked contender, presenting and introducing from Copenhagen in Denmark, Martin Kristjansen. And across the ring in the blue corner, wearing the silver shorts and weighing in at 9 stone 8 1/2, is a man who needs no introduction. He brings with him an undefeated record of 16 wins as a professional, and tonight takes one more step towards his dream of becoming a world champion at the age of 21. Ladies and gentlemen, from Bolton, please welcome the 2004 Olympic silver medalist, the reigning and undefeated Commonwealth lightweight champion, Bolton and Great Britain's very own Amir Khan. Ladies and gentlemen, your referee will now give his final instructions to both boxers.
You both had your instructions in the dressing room. You obey my commands at all times. There are no naughties with the hand. Shake hands, back to your corners, good luck.
Don't blink, stay with us. Amir Khan's performances here in Bolton tend to be rapid and spectacular. 3 fights have lasted a total of 4 minutes 59 seconds. Kristjansen, world rated as you've heard. Amir Khan, though, is rapidly starting to prove himself as one of the best young boxers at any weight in the world.
Second up, no.
We're underway, it's a 12-rounder, a WBO eliminator for the title currently held by the American, the 36-year-old Nate Campbell. Perhaps that's a big one, which might happen right here in Bolton, possibly in the Reebok Arena, who knows? That is a possibility before the year is out. Khan would like it in his next fight. You can see he's got a slight reach advantage. Boxes with so much more maturity than in his earlier days. You heard Barry McGuigan talking about his boxing performance, and particularly that 7th round against Gary St. Clair. That's in his previous fight, and really for me, Khan looked as though he moved on a level there. He was again in against a durable and very, very experienced opponent, and he outboxed him and won every round for me. Kristjansen, he's got his father Christian, his trainer in his corner, and his brother Lars. It's a family affair, but how good is he going to be? His one defeat against the veteran Italian Stefano Zoff, slippery customer, and in the rematch against Zoff, he drew with him, but Zoff had him down. He's not a big puncher. Khan may have the advantage, surely, in weight and in punching power, weight of punch, if he can find the range at an early stage, Duke.
Khan's made a sensational start as ever. Fast hands and just good lateral movement. His hand speed really is quite frightening at times. It's that quick. Little sneak right hand there from Kristjansen. Just trying to expose Khan with the low left hand lead there.
Kristjansen comes from the Mogens Palla stable of fighters. Mogens' daughter Bettina over here with her man tonight. And Kristjansen, as I said in the walk-in, he was given a message of encouragement by Mikkel Kessler, and certainly Kessler came and gave Joe Calzaghe a tremendous fight last November. And if Kristjansen can do something similar, then Khan's in for a difficult night. Good sneak straight right hand from the Dane there, just a reminder to Khan, who, as Duke said, started well, but he just clipped him there and showing that he's got a little bit of hand speed. 30 seconds to go in the opening round.
but the crowd, as you would expect, right behind their man. Khan gets really fired up. He wants to put on a good performance.
There's that right hand again from Kristjansen. Not enough, I don't think, to give the Dane the opening round, but just a reminder that he is there, and he's there aiming to land that shot which Sinclair had success with in the last fight that Khan had. First round to Amir Khan.
Seconds, corners.
Well, Kristjansen had his moments in that opening round. He landed one or two decent right hands, but Khan's greater speed emphatic. So into the second round. Amir Khan says that his strength has improved, his speed has improved, and as an all-round fighter, he's now becoming close to the finished article. And he told me quietly on Thursday up at the press conference that he believes that the way Kristjansen comes forward, the way in which he tries to throw loads of shots, he does actually leave himself open, and some of the power shots that Khan's been working on in the gym, he reckons they're going to be able to get through.
Well, that wouldn't surprise me. You know, Khan's tactics thus far have been absolutely spot on in every fight that he's had. So you would expect it to be no different in this fight. The better the opponent, the better you would expect him to fight. Lovely body shot by Khan.
Khan has a full-time conditioner and dietitian, Paul Richards, who works for some time with the Leicester Rugby Club, also involved with Bolton Wanderers. And Khan says that his strength has improved as a result of that.
Yeah, I think Khan hits too hard for this kid.
Oh, good left hand from Khan. Kristjansen takes it well, though. One thing about Kristjansen as well is that he is cut prone.
Yeah, he's already sort of dabbing at his left eye, which looks reddened already.
Mickey Van, in his final year as a star-class referee, been one of our best officials over the years. Still tremendously fit at the age of 64. He's the man officiating here. Kristjansen trying to cut the ring off, trying to find a way through with that right hand. That's his danger shot.
Well, Kristjansen just been outworked.
Good left hand from Khan. Good speed, good hand speed. Khan looks really sharp.
Well, Khan can't miss him with a punch. Everything he throws lands.
Right hand hurt Kristjansen, I think. And a big body shot. Khan finding his range as early as this stage in the fight, here in the second round. Remember, it's a 12-rounder.
Kristjansen always constantly on the move. Nice right hand by him on that counter-attack. Can't switch to the southpaw.
The one question mark that the skeptics for Khan still have is over his punch resistance. And he's a big lad for the 9'9" lightweight limit. Closing stages, though, of this second round, and Khan's going well again. But Kristjansen is not intimidated.
No, he's just steadily trying to work his way into this.
Two rounds completed, and Amir Khan was starting to find his range with some big shots like that.
Well, the difference between the two fighters right now is the speed and variety that Khan's producing.
Third round. And Amir Khan, undefeated here in his 17th professional contest. Is it going to be a world title this year? Will he get it quicker than Nazim Hamed? Is it going to be in the next fight? I wonder.
Khan's also learned how to conserve energy, not put everything into every punch, to walk around the ring and not jump around the ring. All these little tactics, they conserve energy.
He's got to get away past Kristjansen first, and Kristjansen so far has taken what Khan has been able to throw at him. And you can see he's conditioned, he's been working long and hard for this. Been in the gym since Christmas, he was telling me. Of course, he was due to fight Khan before Khan fought Sinclair. Only pulling out because of a flu bug which was going around at the time. Khan landing with a solid left hand.
Oh, Kristjansen's going to need a career-best performance to beat Khan. Just getting beaten to the punch there, snappy jabs.
Kristjansen's one loss against that wily Italian Stefano Zoff. Good shot from Khan, but caught by a left hook. Kristjansen landed with a pretty sweet little counter there. Well, the bookies were suggesting with the rounds bets that the favourite for this fight was for it to end in the first three. Khan has not got a great deal of time left if that particular bet's going to come to fruition. Incidentally, it was anything between 20 to 1 on and 50 to 1 on to win the fight. And anybody would tell you in a boxing match, that is crazy. It only takes one.
But Khan landing with really good punches in this round. Clean shots at range.
Khan looking to me as though he's just taking his time, just trying to box his way through and work for those openings rather than going in and throwing the kitchen sink at this fella. Left hand again from Kristjansen.
Khan trying to introduce the uppercuts into the combinations now. Kristjansen's pretty up and down. He's very wide open to the uppercut. All of his punches so far have just been straight shots.
Good left hand from Khan in the closing seconds of the third. Kristjansen, though, looking pretty reasonably well organised. 3 rounds completed. Duke McKenzie scored the first 3 rounds to Amir Khan, and there's an example of some of the excellent shots he's been putting together. Martin Kristjansen, who is a decent amateur, only fought once in the last 17 months. Well, he asked him if he thought that ring rust was going to be a factor, and he said no way. He said, I've been sparring long and hard, and I'm absolutely ready for this one, as ready as I can be.
Oh, he's going to need to be. He's at a 3-round deficit, and that's what he's got to claw back right now.
Khan's still a little bit open to that right hand. That's the one which put him down when he fought Willie Limond, and the punch which Gary Sinclair was able to land repeatedly in that last contest. Despite the brilliance of Khan, he had to take some shots to come through, and just leaving himself a little bit open there as he tried to unload with body shots.
Khan looking constantly for the knockout. He's prepared to work for it. He's throwing enough punches, but just leaving himself just a little bit open, a little bit too keen to please the fans.
Attack, attack, attack is the chant from his supporters, who are here as ever in their droves. Kristjansen, incidentally, recently proposed to his girlfriend. He's getting married after this.
Well, let's just hope he doesn't get too banged up, because he's soaking up some punishment in this round. There's a certain... Sorry, John.
To take his time.
There's a certain poise about Khan in this fight. Maybe he's thinking it's going to go the distance, and he will have to conserve energy.
Well, Kristjansen, for me, growing in confidence in this 4th round.
Absolutely, John. He's walking behind the right hand now, putting together a 3-punch combination.
Good from Khan, but Kristjansen taking it. Kristjansen, remember, not a puncher, but he throws plenty of them. And Khan's mouth just hanging open a little bit as the heads go in close. Mickey Van keeping a close look on that one, the referee.
Khan working extremely hard.
Took another solid right hand there. This has been Kristjansen's best round so far by a distance.
Beautiful body shot by Khan.
Yeah, but he took the left-hand counter.
I'll emphasise that point again. He's put a lot of work into these first 4 rounds.
Best round of the fight so far for the Dane. Landed several good right hands, and there's an example of one combination he put together. And Khan in his corner, well, they're working away at a bit of a swelling under the right eye, or were doing. And also, just signs of fatigue a little bit from Khan. Maybe a little bit more than I've picked up before at this stage of a contest. Look there, his mouth just hanging open a little bit. Just as though he's having to suck the air in a little bit more than is usual. Maybe just my impression, I don't know. We'll see.
As you step up in class, as he undoubtedly has, you know, opponents aren't just falling over now. They're soaking up the punishment, they take the shots, and they're still there, as is the case of Kristjansen.
Well, he was saying in the interview, which you heard with Gabriel Clark before the fight, if I hit them flush, I know they'll go. Well, that's all very well, but there comes a point where you hit people flush, and they don't go.
Well, Kristjansen's obviously come to win. It's a massive opportunity for him, not only where the world rankings are concerned, but also in taking the scalp of Khan.
Seen some upsets here in Bolton. Khan now looking to dig deep and to impose his class. Kristjansen, though, is making him think all the way. And he's advancing, keeping coming forward. Khan looking for the big, powerful counter-punches. But Kristjansen cute to that, keeping his gloves up high. And his corner are quite pleased with the way in which he's imposing himself at this stage.
Yeah, and this is something that Khan isn't used to, boxing off the back foot. He likes to, he's a front runner.
Kristjansen out of the ring almost has an apologetic air about him at the press conference and at the weigh-in. You looked at him and thought, this fella's a fighter, are you sure? But he gets in there and he's tough. Khan again waiting for the opening. As Kristjansen tried to unload with those body shots, back came Khan.
Khan not being as assertive in this round. The pace had to drop. He fought so hard in the first 4 rounds. Got himself into a nice, comfortable lead.
Took a decent left uppercut there. Hook come uppercut from Kristjansen. A lot of Khan's work is being taken on the arms and the gloves of the day. Roars from the back of the auditorium, but when you sit at ringside, and as you're privileged to do, watching on our ringside cameras at home, you can see that there's plenty of Khan shots which are actually not finding their targets.
Absolutely. And Kristjansen switched his attack to the body.
Welcome back to Bolton. Amir Khan really quick out of the blocks in this WBO eliminator against Martin Kristjansen. But there, as you see, on Duke McKenzie's card, he's given the last round to Kristjansen. Kristjansen, the man with his back to you in the red and white shorts, the 30-year-old Dane from a little town, Slagelse, about 45 minutes or so's drive outside Copenhagen. Amir Khan, the local lad, is home not too far away, about 10 minutes drive away from this arena here in Bolton.
Kristjansen now meeting Khan with the jab, spearing his jab through the Khan defense, and Khan comes straight back at him, obviously didn't like it.
There was a feeling that Khan might be tempted to try and soften him up with body shots. He took a good shot there, though, from Kristjansen. This fight is starting to become interesting here in the 6th. The early flurry from Khan has just blown itself out for the moment, and there's a more methodical, measured look about his work. That's a good left to the body.
Kristjansen just managed to slow the pace to his pace, and is now starting to have a little bit of success.
I do think it's a key, Duke, that a lot of the time, momentarily there, Khan was onto the front foot, but a lot of the time he's had enough just to make Khan backpedal. And almost for the first time in his career, we're having to watch Khan as the mover, fighting as the counter-puncher.
Absolutely. Which is what he's doing now. He switched southpaw to try and confuse Kristjansen.
Well, is he confusing Kristjansen, or is it a representation of confusion in himself? Kristjansen keeps plodding forward. He's looking for that right hand all the time. Still looks full of spring, the Dane, as we near the halfway stage of this fight.
Well, there's a certain amount of maturity and calm in Kristjansen's approach, certainly in the corner, and certainly at this point in the fight.
Another option for Khan after this may be the European title. We saw Yuri Romanov brush aside John Thaxton last night. The contest in Bethnal Green, which may have ended the chances of Thaxton ever stepping in the ring with Khan as he slipped back in the pecking order. But Romanov showed himself to be a very accomplished fighter. Good round again, this one. In moments for both men when they've enjoyed the advantage.
I think Khan landing the more eye-catching punches, the harder punches.
Khan doing okay. Probably ahead on the judges' cards.
Come on, let's go.
A gaggle of former world champions here at ringside assessing this fight. Duke McKenzie has got it clearly by Khan. Just the one round to Martin Kristjansen. Barry McGuigan, former world featherweight champion, he's got it a shutout at the moment in Khan's favour. And Richie Woodall, working for our radio colleagues from BBC, he's also got every round to this point to Amir Khan. But Kristjansen is certainly pushing him. Showing himself to be no mug.
Well, you know, if I'm in a fight and I'm 7 rounds down, I've got to gamble. It's as simple as that. I'm not going to get a points decision. I've got to say to myself, what do I do to get myself back in this fight? I've got to gamble.
Has he got the artillery, though, with which to do it?
Well, maybe not the artillery, maybe not the punching power, but if I'm fit, I'm going to gamble. I'm going to take it to the opponent.
That was a terrific right hand. Lovely combination from Khan. Showed him the left, and that right crashed home with blurring speed.
Beautiful body shots by Khan.
I think Khan's got every chance, you know, as he said. I don't think it is just hype to talk about his possibilities of going all the way in this division. You look at Nate Campbell, okay, he beats Juan Diaz, but he's by no means unbeatable, Nate Campbell. Joel Casamayor, 36 years old, like Campbell, surely in the autumn of his career. David Diaz, the WBC champion, not exceptional. Khan, I reckon, can go in there with these lads, but Kristjansen, he's still got other ideas at this stage of the fight. If Khan dramatically runs out of pace, out of steam, if he suddenly ships a right hand like that one which Willie Limond landed last summer.
Well, anything's possible, but, you know, Khan's concentration's good, his hand speed's fantastic.
Good shot. Really good right hand, that from Khan. And another one. Oh, he's gone down. Oh, you can't do that. You cannot hit a man when he's down. And Khan could have got himself in big trouble there. He's got his cornerman up there on the ring apron as Kristjansen, and he's being given time to recover. And now Khan, quite rightly, will get the riot act from Mickey Van. You cannot do that, and he's lucky not to have a point deducted.
But I think he was just in the flow of the combination and was looking for the finish. Kristjansen looked like he was all out at that point. Khan's looking to finish him now.
Here he comes. This is a big attack from Khan. Is it going to end here in the 7th? Khan looking to the big shots. Down goes Kristjansen again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mickey Van quickly
Kristjansen now. It's volume of punches, and I think he's all but out.
One more big shot, I think, might do it. Mickey Van taking a very close look here. He may be poised to end it right here and now. Khan puts another big right hand in. The fight is all over. In the 7th round, Amir Khan found a sustained attack to end it. He has won the WBO title eliminator against Martin Kristjansen, and the big question now is he now ready for the title? Khan blasted his man, walked through him when he got that finishing opportunity. The first knockdown was not right. He hit him on the floor. He was rightly admonished by Mickey Van, but then the attack continued from there, and there was no question he would not let his man off the hook. And there's congratulations from Amir's mother. Always the family man. They gathered massed at ringside, and Amir Khan now hugged by his father Shah. These are the knockdowns as they came, Duke.
Accumulation by Khan, every punch in the book, and had to chase Kristjansen around the ring, absolutely run him over, never stopped off from throwing punches, never let him off the hook, was in the flows of throwing the punches there when he went down.
He could have been punished in other rings for that one, but by then the damage had been done, I think. I don't actually think those shots on the floor made any material difference to the outcome of the fight. There's another knockdown, and then another one, and here came the knockdown which prompted the intervention of the referee, and at this point the fight was all over.
And Kristjansen really didn't want any more from Khan at this point, just cowering and almost falling over quite voluntarily.
Amir Khan then, he is the winner once again. 17 wins out of 17 now. Martin Kristjansen beaten in the 7th round. And where now for this phenomenally talented young fighter?
Ladies and gentlemen, at 2 minutes 53 seconds of round 7, your referee Mickey Van has stopped the contest. In the interest of safety, he deemed that Martin Kristjansen was in no fit state to continue. The winner and the new WBO Inter-Continental lightweight champion in the blue corner from Bolton, Amir Khan.
So Amir's celebrations for him and for his family.
Please, a round of applause.
Happy scenes there in Bolton, and Amir Khan looking pretty good. Measured his attacks, and when the opportunity came in the 7th round, Kristjansen was just not able to withstand the onslaught. Khan looked good to me, Jim. Very good.
Indeed he did. Thanks very much to John Rawling and to Duke McKenzie, world champion by the end of this year. Do not bet against it. When you rejoin us, we'll have a word with Amir Khan, and there's some more thrilling action to come as well from the Big Fight Live in Bolton. Another very exciting performance from the phenomenal Amir Khan. He took to 7 rounds before he dismantled the Great Dane Martin Kristjansen. And at the end of the fight, trust me, when Mickey Van intervened, the Dane was very happy not to have to take any more of that from the still unbeaten Amir Khan. Okay, Amir, took a bit more time than most of your home fights here, but you got him in the end.
Oh yeah, you know, he was very awkward. You know, every fighter I fight, they come in strong, wanting to win. And this guy come to Bolton to win, you know, to upset Amir Khan. He was strong, you know, he was awkward, a lot awkward. It was more awkward than I thought it'd be. So I had to break him down, and then when the clean shots were catching him, I know he was going to go.
Did you feel you won every round?
Oh yeah, you know, I wonder, my shots were more clear, you know, he was throwing a lot of shots as well. It was a high work rate fight, but yeah, I think I was winning every round. I was comfortable in there, I was picking my shots, and the thing I needed to do was to break him down so my shots will go in.
Have you got to get it out of your head that here in Bolton everybody expects you to get rid of opponents extra quickly?
That's right, you know, the fighters, my opponents are getting better and better, and you know, for my Bolton fans, I'm sure they wanted to see this 7-round fight, then you know, me knocking someone out in the first round. So I want to thank my fans first of all, you know, family and everyone. You know, they've brought me on so much. The support I've been getting off everyone, it's been brilliant.
And you love fighting here, don't you?
I love fighting in Bolton, you know, home crowd, home supporters, you know, and this fight, you know, it was just a big fight for me. You know, I love fighting in Bolton, and I like to fight here again and again.
Now, Mr. Kristjansen had been around. He's been in with world champions. Do you feel you're ready to go in with world champions now?
Well, definitely. You know, I'm going on the right path. This guy was a good lad. He was strong. You know, he's only been beaten once. He's fought for the European title. He's fought former world champions. He's fought some great fighters out there. You know, so my turn's round corner. And, you know, I'm getting closer and closer to my dream.
Do you regret one thing, that when he was down, that you hit him when he was on the floor?
Well, you know, it's boxing for you. You know, you're in that mode. You're concentrating. You're focusing on your opponent. And when I caught him with a few shots, and he was still up. You know, his hands had touched the ropes. He was more on the ropes, leaning on the ropes, and I caught him with a right hook.
It got about a foot shorter if he was standing there all of a sudden.
Well, you know, yeah. But you know, end of the day, I'm in there to beat whoever's put in front of me, and that's what I went in there and did.
And how about the way you finished the fight, Amir? We've seen you do tend to finish things very cleanly when you get the men on the run now.
You know, like I said, I had to break him down first. He was very awkward. I couldn't knock him out in the first round. I broke him down, caught him with some clean shots, and then I seen his legs go. I seen it in his eyes. He didn't want no more.
He didn't fancy anymore, did he?
I put the pressure on him, and he couldn't stand against the pressure.
Okay, I'm going to come back to you in just a moment. Let's have a word with Frank Warren. Frank, the $1 million question is, when is it going to be? When are you going to put him in and give him the chance that he's been waiting for, a fight for the world title?
Well, he's just won the Eliminator, and now it's going to be up to the WBO to decide what they're going to do. They've got a champion in Nate Campbell, and also you've got their interim champion. The new champion is Casamayor. So either they box each other off, or we slip Amir in. So it's going to be up to the WBO to decide. In the meantime, he'll have another fight in sometime in June, and we'll see where we go from there.
But you would think that by the time the Beijing Olympics come round, that's what he wants, that he's going to be in there fighting for a world title.
Well, we will see. You know, let's see what happens. I mean, I can't say to you can be delivered the next fight because I've just explained to you the position. You know, the position is they do have two guys in front of him, and they made the Eliminator as well. So that's got to be all unravelled, and it will be sometime next week.
As a boxing fan, deep down, do you feel he's ready?
I'd like to see another fight beforehand. I think, you know, I would like to see him in another fight beforehand, to be quite honest.
Back to you finally, Amir. You have thousands and thousands of fans here, but there's a 93-year-old whose birthday it is today, isn't it? Ada Gibson from Clayton Lemore's in Lancashire, and I'm sure you want to have it. There she is. Throws a decent right hand, by the way, for a 93-year-old.
She gave me some good tactics before the fight. I went to see her. She's 93, you know, and she was so energetic. So happy birthday to her from everyone in Bolton.
Well done from all of us. Great show again.
Thanks.
Okay, let's have a little word with Barry here.